response process attack frameworks. Incident in any activity that has negative outcome the confidentiality, integrity, or availability of an organization's assets. Organizations commonly outline the meaning of a computer security incident within their security policy or incident response plans. In definitions, usually one or two sentences long and contain examples of the common incidents: any attempted work intrusion, any attempted denial of service attack, and detection of malicious software, unauthorized access data, violation security policies. Incident response steps. Effective incident response management is handled in several steps or phases. This is referred to as the incident response plan. Important to realize that incident response is an ongoing activity once the incident resolved. There is usually a meeting held and lessons learned, report grade based on findings. Preparations after security incident has been ended.
Creative ka?
Opo.
Mag-check ko na.
Opo.
Pag-design.
A team should be assembled to handle assess the situations. Incident handling should always relate to company security policies and awareness programs. The incident reporting process should be centralized, easy to accomplish, and easy to use and understood. Identification after cybersecurity. Incident has been detected. Type incident needs to be identified to create a plan of action how to handle a specific incident. After cybersecurity incident can occur, for example, phishing attack. Containment. The goal of containment is to thwart or reduce any further damage from the incident. Proper remediation strategy boils down to proper investigation, identification of the root cause of the incident. Eradication. The incident response steps involves the removal of the specific threat. Recovery after the threat has been successfully removed. Next step will be to recover any data and services depending on the severity of the threat. This may include restoring data from backup or other data loss prevention mechanisms that were implemented. Like any evidence of the incident before the recovery process is started to ensure preventative measures can be implemented in the future. Lessons learned. Based on investigation or remediation of the incident, permanent solution must be implemented to avoid similar incidents of reoccurrence. Identification and execution of attacks can be used for identifying similar incidents in the future as predictive indicators of compromise. Will tell if the attack is being successful, the security is compromised, fear, or if the incident posed monitor analysis and need to be done. Develop a response strategy. Incident management exercise tabletop used by companies to access how cybersecurity incident will be handled. Includes the assessment of the current strategies and procedures in the incident occurs. Walkthroughs. Lies of your own with your team or with your own or with your team before performing official tabletop test. Simulations. Exercise plan includes real scenarios and injects into the exercise. Type of exercise call for the detailed coordination and plan. Requires a large number of precision participants, IT resources, travel budget for meetings, and deconnected contacts. Record reference simulation include instrument what required improvement by your capability to detect response to and recovery from some simulated events. Evaluate and update the baseline, create mitigation plan for issues. Attack framework, NTRA attack. Develop ATT and CK as a model to document and track numerous techniques of attackers used during the different stages of cyber attacks to penetrate the network and exfiltrate data. Cyber kill chain relates to the old military kill chain model to attack. Intended defenders to improve their defense by examining attackers' playbook, disrupting attack and breaking the kill chain phases. Reconnaissance, weaponization, delivery, exploitation, installation, command and control. Pattern objectives. The model process analyze and intrusion. Event that occurs in the network or system. Stakeholder management and communication should form a communication role. The incident response team to monitor the incident's impact to external stakeholders. Disaster recovery business continuity of operations during order of the key laws that sounds of disruptions, organizations, normal activities. Plans should be set up so they can practically run on autopilot. Recovery sites. Emergency site to have a location where an organization can be located following disaster recovery. Hot site. Duplicate of the organization's current data center. Wrong site contains all of the required hardware and connectivity to restore services. Reasonable duplicate of the organization's current data centers. Backup concepts. Planning for a day or restore after the disaster. An organization should choose a appropriate backup type that meets its business requirements. Complete copy of the data provides the simplest recovery method since the entire data can be easily restored using the single recovery set. Incremental duplicates only to check data that has changes since the previous backup, irrespective of whether the backup was full or incremental. Differential copies of the data only data that change since the previous full backup. Snapshots. Copy of an application. Disk or system. To restore the system to this or disk to a specific time. Okay. Geographic considerations. Includes geographic diversity when planning for business continuity and disaster recovery. Offsite. Backup ensures redundancy of data hosting the backup in an offsite location ensures the redundant data does not have a single geographic point of failure. Distance. Include enough distance between the primary and secondary site. Minimize the potential for disaster effects for both sides simultaneously. Location selection. Location of the primary and secondary data important to assess the environmental risks such as whether the location is susceptible to specific natural disasters, legal implications. It below the impact business continuity plan. For example, businesses in the health industry are required to have a disaster recovery plan with established guidelines for electronic records and signatures. There's a diverse range of laws that govern the healthcare, government, finance, and utility industries. Planning for geographic diversity. An organization might need to reconsider sovereignty. Laws governing data. Continuity of operations planning helps ensure trouble for operation should anticipated disruption. The ability of one or more critical business capacities to continue casualty after the disruption, usually within a specific time frame. After action report, detailed document summarizing the result of the playbook of exercises. Fail over. Disruption of the business operations. Organization might need to consider all information systems and fail over to an alternate site. Alternate processing allows all mission critical business essential function to be re-established. Alternate business revised an alternate set of business practices after the interruption. Business continued type of business continuity plans. Business conception plan. Continuity of operations plan. IT contingency. Crisis communication plan. Cyber incident response plan. Disaster recovery plan. Incident response team retention policies. Three different response teams: virtual, hybrid, and permanent. The division is based on how and where the teams operate and the methodologies used for incident response. A group of people from an organization who will respond if the cybersecurity incident has occurred. Type of cybersecurity incident may include security breaches, denial of service attacks, and or malware infections. Data retention is retaining data for a specific length of time as stipulated by an organization's security policy. Minimum threshold is defined in security policy, but the maximum threshold can also be defined. Retention guidelines include all stakeholders in the process supporting the business and necessities for data retention policies. Four common objectives for supporting archiving and data retention best practices: monitor, evaluate, and enhance document data retention policies and archiving procedures. Summarize the classification of records, preservation and destruction schedules. Parties accountable for preservation and destruction processes used for destruction training. Retain data can be useful to be available to the following issues for data accessibility, taxonomy, classification, normalization, indexing. Record retention strategies can guarantee that data is kept in a usable state when it is required and deleted when it is not. Many laws and regulations stipulate retaining data for a defined period of time, but in the absence of formal regulation, the establishment stipulated the retention period within the policy. Audit trail. Information needs to be kept long enough to regenerate past incidents, but the establishment must recognize how far back they want to investigate. Data is occasionally archived to comply with laws and regulations, necessitating the retention of data. However, valuable data is backed up as a basic security control to guarantee that it is available even if access to the original information is lost. Sorry.